Alright, so now I'm going to be showing off how to build your first sand comp. But before I actually do show off like how to build it, I'm going to explain how the sand, how you basically drop sand into your sand comp and what a sand comp will look like. So I'm going to first show off the cobweb, and because that was before carpet comps, obviously. And basically what would happen is you would have sand here, and it would all go into this cobweb. So if I clear all the entities to count them, you can see that it's four sand, right? And so that because you saw me place four sand here, so it stays as an entity inside the cobweb. So that what you would do is what people would do is they would push out the sand with a piston here. So if you can't tell, I just woke up, but pretty much they would push out the sand here with a piston. So like the fourth push, it would finally push it out, and it kind of became less reliable. So like the original, it would be like you'd have pistons on the floor, is what originally like sand comps were, and you'd have to replace the cobwebs every single time. And then you'd have it like that, and these pistons would push up, breaking the cobwebs, and you'd have like TNT here. It's just a little bit of history. I wasn't even around for this. Like, I came around only like a year ago, so I was like 14 months ago is when I came around. You'd have like 3 tall dispensers here, or like 5 tall, really, like this for some reason, and it would like be up to like 4 wide here. And what would happen is these cobwebs obviously would break because these pistons push up, and cobwebs can't really be pushed by pistons because they would get broken, or they would break. So then all the sand would just be an entity upwards, like up here, and then this TNT would just go off, propelling all the sand into one thing. And that was kind of scuffed. So what people did is they made the reusable cobweb, which is pretty much what I just showed, where they'd have a cobweb, have a piston here, and they'd drop sand above and have it push in. So this would be like your guider, and the TNT would shoot the sand, and we go that way. So basically, we're gonna apply that. That's basically what we're gonna pretty much gonna make a sand comp. I'll probably make it a small one, or I probably just won't care enough about how much sand I actually get out of the thing. I don't really know yet, because I hate sand comps. I do not know why. When I first started canning, I really loved sand comps, but now I don't. So now I'm gonna show off. So basically, that was kind of how cobweb comps work, is you push the sand out of a cobweb. Now I'm gonna show off how a carpet comp works. So let me just do that. I'm going to show this off the same way I learned how to do a carpet comp. Shoutouts to Dragon Airbender for pretty much teaching me a lot of the things that I know today, and shoutouts to K-Man for that too. So basically, I'm just going to quickly get rid of this, because alright, so if this is on, that's off, okay. So basically, now you've definitely seen, if you've obviously played the game before, you know, you've seen like the carpet comp, like probably from printing one in, right? Probably from printing one in, or if you're from Psycho, I don't know, maybe not, maybe you haven't seen one. But I'm gonna show off pretty much how to make a carpet comp, because one, they work on, yeah, for like if you're playing Cosmic, I mean, you replace these with fence gates that would be open, like this, so you can still use them. If you're playing Psycho, you can just use carpet comp still. On the V2 realm as well, as I'm helping Spangle fix the jar. I already fixed swinging and nuking for them, but and there's no redstone caps on V2 Psycho realms, but V1 there's still a bit of redstone caps, but the carpet comps still work. Like I've made like a cannon or two try to raid with. I forgot AP on both of them, which is kind of nice, and the one I did remember AP on it blue, but I digress. Pretty much, like, carpet comps will work on Psycho as well. You don't have to replace anything. And then on comp, obviously, there's no really restrictions. It's just rules that are the rules are literally just the restrictions. So now, if I just do this, now you're gonna see all this pushing back and forth. So obviously, if I place a sand here, it's carpet above, and if you like place a redstone like that, and you place the sand above, obviously it's not gonna fall. But what happens is when the sand drops, you can see that it's still an entity. And I'll lay it off a TNT here to show where the sand actually is. So I just lay it off now. the sand is going to look like it's there, but it actually propelled into this block because remember I placed the sand here, I put my TNT here, and I gave it just a little bit of forwards momentum, or what I'm going to call it velocity, or momentum I guess, but I'll just call it velocity, and it pushed it out into here. Now, basically, the way that Dragon Airbender taught me this, right, is what he did is he just showed me how this worked, and then you just place the TNT like that, and you had it propel forward, and he told me, now get sand to shoot out of a cannon. And obviously I knew how to make a cobweb comp already at the time, and blah blah blah, but pretty much, since it's most likely going to be some people's first sand comps, they won't really have an idea of what one would look like. So I'll pretty much do a smaller sand comp to show off what you would do. And so see right here, so basically now I'm going to explain a little bit about why the sand stays as an entity on the carpets that are moving. So pretty much these carpets moving back and forth here is called block 36, and block 36 is just the game classified as a moving piston piece. And pretty much like a little history behind it, came in, discovered it, and he invented the fanscape comp, sand comp. I'm not completely positive on that, but I'm pretty sure it was came in. If not, it was probably X-Bionic. But the carpets moving back and forth create block 36, and because of block 36, the sand can't turn into a solid block because there's a block already there. And so it's just, the sand's just kind of sitting there. So I place the sand here, so it's actually here, and visually the sand's just going to be somewhere else because the block's moving back and forth, and I'm pretty sure that visual bug will still happen in vanilla as well, like on single player and everything. And so the sand stays an entity with block 36 because it's constantly moving pistons. Every single game tick, there's blocks being moved, whether it's a piston retracting or a piston pushing. So the sand just stays an entity form, and it doesn't really update. That's kind of like the best explanation I can give. I don't really know how to give a more in-depth explanation without confusing people, and also like just kind of wing in every single episode as I go, I guess. I don't know why I'm calling it an episode. Anyways, so now obviously you're gonna have your sand here, and you have this moving back and forth. So assuming you have seen a carpet comp before, so I'm just gonna make it a quick little tiny one. So I'll just make like a tiny one like that. So pretty much what you will see on a carpet comp would be like this. So I'm not really gonna actually make like a full big carpet comp or whatever. Like, I'm just gonna quickly I keep saying this. I am very repetitive. Anyways, so now basically this is how you wire it. So like I said, it's literally just infinite boosters. Like on your carpet comp, you will literally just be using infinite boosters, except your wiring for it wouldn't be on top of the TNT. It would be right behind it, like right here. So like I have it over here. Instead of it being like right here, you would have it like that, and you have your redstone right here instead of right here. Yeah, instead your redstone would be like right there. But that's what would be like boosters on the carpet comp. So that's why carpet comps are really nice as well. So. And carpet comps are also really nice because they aren't really timing based. The only thing you really have to worry about is when you shoot your sand out of the sand comp, and as long as you get all the sand in the sand comp. But with cobwebs, it's a little more frustrating. Anyways, I'm just turn sound back on. Now obviously we need those pistons pushing back and forth, and some people put it here and here directly on it as a mistake, and well, that's a mistake. You don't want to do that. So. And obviously, we're going to have a floor tall, so we just count up to 5 and then do that, and that just becomes like a 4 tall section, because that's the, whatever, you have 4 blocks in total. And you don't want to put it here, so what I do is I see this redstone, whenever I build my carpet comp, I always just place the piston like that, and I put the piston there. Now I know on this here I had the redstone repeaters going into this, and you don't have to have repeaters going like this into your carpet comp. You just need one redstone line after one redstone repeater. So pretty much all I did was I always use obsidian, by the way, because you can't push obsidian. And if the sandcomp messes up or something on like a server or something, you know, if the pistons accidentally push each other or like this, something blows in the can, this ends up blah blah blah, whatever. This won't get pushed. But anyways, all I did, as you see, I placed my pistons, I placed the obsidian behind it, I have the redstone right here, and now all I have to do is just wire this. And I said I showed this here. And actually, before people get confused with how to wire the next set of infinite boosters, is you would just do this. So now a lot of people just put it like that. Put a repeater on the ground, or you can have it up here. Putting a repeater on the ground is easier to see it from behind, but just use X-ray when canning. So you just would put a repeater here, and then, or like your ladder is, or a trapdoor, depending on your choice, and you just do this again. So that's really all that would be like. And now, obviously, you want to close it off. So now you pretty much have like the pretty much most of the sand comp done. The rest of it is literally just adding a few more pistons and then just adding redstone wiring. So obviously I'll just get some. Okay. I can do this. Woo. I'll just get glass so people can see, I guess. Yep. If it seems like I'm really fucking messy with everything I'm trying to like do when I make these quick like mini tutorials, even though they're like probably confusing a little bit. It's just I'm not really following off anything. I'm just kind of doing it as I go, and I don't really have a long attention span when it comes to this, really. You probably can tell from other videos. So, obviously you can wire it. So, you just wire into this little redstone dust here, between either, like, pretty much any way you want to. I recommend doing a redstone dust instead of, like, the traditional, you know, that, and then, because, like, doing this right here, right, like, that right there would be, like, a waste of materials, and it's also just more blocks you have to place in general, so it's just easier to do less with wiring in total, and also doing it like that is less space, really, so now, I'm showing off how I would wire off this here, and pretty much, it's super simple. I mean, you can probably see right here that, like, what I'm doing is, like I said, and previous videos, canning is literally just memorization. I'm hoping this does not do that. Yeah, okay, I'm keeping up here. As you see, like before on this one here, I have the redstone pulse coming out from the redstone block while this piston's being powered. And when this piston's not powered, you can see that it would be from this pulse here, powering this one here. So if I put this back, you can see that it's all one piston that's powering it all. So as like right here, if I get rid of this torch, you can see that the carpets are moving back and forth perfectly fine. And to prove it works, I will just put the sand on this right here. And bam. Now all you really have to do is, like I said, wire the rest of it. So, me personally, I always just use like the same sand comp every single can, really. But now it just comes down to, you need to compress all of your, so you need all of your sands to fall into here. So I'll just quickly do some, I don't know, quick and easy wiring, I guess. And yeah, you're always gonna have your redstone torches up here. Don't do it like I am. I'm being kind of stupid, honestly. But I'm just basically showing it off. And now and the way you improve is you don't wait to be shown more sand comps. You don't wait to be shown more different types of it. you see one or two different ones, not the same, different, and then you go off that and you try experimenting, making different lengths and sizes. And that's how you're going to improve, is by just testing and messing around. Why can redstone torches go on glass? Okay. That makes sense. So now, I mean, where to wire this from? So, I'm not going to make this clean. I'm not going to make it whatever. I'm just going to put my button right here, and I'm just not going to care if I even have a button. Alright. So now what we have to do is we're just going to... So, implementing this cannon is going to be different. I'll probably just build a full cannon, like live or something to show it off. I don't know. I'm not really sure what I'll do yet to show how I'm going to implement it in a cannon, because with everything that I'm going to be showing off, like, it's going to have to be like, oh, this is how you do this, XYZ. And I don't know how I'm really planning on doing that yet, but... So now, I will put sand here. I'm hoping that's fine. I mean, like I said, I'm just winging it. I'm not really caring about, like, how I'm timing it or anything. So now, as you see, this is going to push out, it's going to push back in, and it's going to shoot all of the sand out. Now, it was a little messy, as you saw, but, like, there's not really much I can really do about that being a bit messy. Just going to extend that a little bit, but, like, as you saw, I can't really do much about that, like, being messy, like this right here, because, I mean, I don't have anything of it going into, and then... So obviously you would have, on an actual sand comp, you will have like a little wall here. You would have like your guiders, and I'll just make the slabs, because everybody uses a stair barrel. And then... Then your like boosters would be right here. Like this would be your booster, which would shoot it that way into your barrel. And you would have this pretty much just right here. And pretty much, like I said, most of the cannons is just memorization. So all you really have to do is you just have to learn how to get your sand shooting out of this. You don't really have to make, oh, I'm learning my first sand comp. I gotta make sure I get 255 sand out on like 1.2 second. No, you don't have to do anything, any auto bullshit, anything. You really just have to learn how to compress you just have to learn how to compress sand at once. So you see, it's not even compressed yet. It's compressed pretty much when it gets into this. Like, the 2 blocks is pretty much just being compressed. And for longer sand comps, when you do dual sand comps, really, so not even just alternating, but you just do dual sand comps, or just multiple sides to it, you would have a little booster here. Some people call it the ping pong booster. I don't really call it that. I just put it there. And, I mean, I always did 6 TNT, but you never need more than, like, 2 TNT, honestly. I mean, you don't even need more than 1. And I always would do it anyways, like, so I can have my booster TNT, so I can have my booster up here. So I don't need as much booster, because of, the way velocity is calculated in the formula for it. So, if I had, my 1 TNT, like, down here, right, to boost it into this, I'll just put it down here. It would boost all the sand up towards this, so the sand would be closer, as well as, like, so the sand here would get pushed closer to this TNT here, as well as a little higher up, so that this booster wouldn't be, like, shooting some of it downward. I guess that's how you can say it, but, I mean, there's not much else to the sand comp here. I mean, I just showed off, you make your little infinite boosters here. You just need your little, you just need your little this thing to have the carpets pushing back and forth above it. And then you just need something to drop open the sand. And pretty much this here just opens up, and it's going to close back down. I'll just show it off, I guess, right now. So you can just you're going to watch this open up, and you're going to see this close back in. And I'll show it as well inside of it. And you can see what happened was it opened up and then it closed back, letting some sand inside, and then letting these TNT here shoot it all into here. And I mean, there's not really much else to say. It's more, I keep saying this quite often. I'm very repetitive about it, but canning is just memorization, and it just becomes super simple to make very simple cannons. So all you have to do is, wow, I've been recording for 20 minutes. Okay, this got a lot longer than I thought. But just different boosters. You have your little ladders here for the carpet to sit on top of. If you're in Cosmic, you would use trap doors here. So really quickly, I'll just put the trap doors. Yeah, so this is like annoying, and you'll never do this in Cosmic. Don't do this. Just always do carpets. If you're not in Cosmic, you just do carpets. Like, don't even worry. But if you are in Cosmic, you just do this, and then you have to like open all the fence gates, and then so yeah, and it's annoying. And then you also can't wire the fence gates with a bit like back here. I'm pretty sure it's really scuffed. Like, yeah, so these trap doors just become whatever messed up because of the fence gates. Or no, not because of the fence gates, but because of the redstone right here. Is this over here is just gonna mess up. It's super irritating. So don't do this unless you're in Cosmic. And if you're on Cosmic, the way you have to wire it is like this. You have to wire it like this. It's really stupid, I know. And you would have to have like redstone going into here, the repeaters into there, and it's just really, like I said, it's super irritating. And I really would not want to be bothered doing that. But yeah, so always just use carpets. Don't use fence gates. I mean, that's really all there is to it. I know it's kind of long, but I mean, I try to show off everything really, that part of it, and actually explain it. Even if it's not really a good job explaining, I'm trying to make it so it's like at least understandable and, you know, more hands-on type of thing. So yeah, that's about it.